Hi, in today's video, we are going to look how to print to a PowerShell console, how to read from console, what are the different variables, how to do a simple arithmetic calculation. PowerShell is a scripting platform from Windows where you can write a lot of uh, day two operations scripts. I design and deploy a lot of virtual infrastructure, and to help me do my job faster, I write a lot of codes. Working with the system admins, what I have noticed is they do not know how to write scripts. They are not very good with development or with scripting, and as a result, they cannot make full use of the codes or of the scripts that I give them. I've been getting a lot of requests lately to teach them how to write scripts, how to code in PowerShell and powerCLI. So this video series was on cards for a long time. So uh, without any delay, let us just get into the PowerShell basics first. So in this video, as I said, we'll see how to print to a console, which is a very basic thing, how to read from a console, what are the different variables, how to do simple arithmetic calculations, and in the process, in the next videos, we'll get into loops, we'll get into arrays, we'll get into for each loop, the conditional statements. And going forward, we will start building up the bigger codes, and we'll also see how to integrate with PowerCLI, how to get all the information from vCenter, how do you use PowerCLI to automate most of your tasks. So first thing, Windows comes with a default PowerShell IDE. You just have to go to the Windows and type power. You'll see a PowerShell ISE or the IDE where we can write our codes. So what you see over here, you have a text area where you can write your scripts, and then you have a console where you can execute your scripts. So let us see how to print something onto a screen. So for printing something onto your screen or to your console, the command that we use is write-host. So anything that goes after write-host is going to be printed. So I'll say, hello world, this is my first command. And I press enter, and you see hello world is printed onto the next line. Now, we have multiple write commands. So as you might have seen, as soon as I typed write hyphen, I got write error, write event log, write host, write information, write output. So these are different types of write commands that you can use in your code. We'll get to it when we get to the advanced videos or advanced codes. But for now, we'll just use write host. Now, this is one way of running your commandlets, but you don't always run your commandlets from the command prompt. Sometimes you have a set of commands which you want to run together. You cannot type it all the time. So what you will do is you'll go to the text area and write the same thing. I'll just copy this, Control C, Control V, and I'll press enter, and let's see what happens. Nothing. Because whenever you write something onto a text window, you have to first save it as a file, as a PowerShell script file. So what you'll do is I'll go to File, Save As, I'll go to Desktop, and I'll save it as first program, or I'll say first script.ps1. So ps1 is the extension in which you can save your PowerShell scripts. Anything else will not run. So just save it as power ps1, save it. Now you see the name has changed and the asterisk has gone away. Now you can run this from desktop. So I'll go to cd desktop, and I'll see the file dir. I see the first script.ps1. I'll say /first script.ps1. and enter. It gives me the same output. So this is how you can print your outputs onto your console and also save a file, save the same commands into file. So running the commands from the file or running the commands on the console is actually the same, but it just saves you time if you want to run the command multiple times. So now going forward is, let us try to read the command from the, read some text from the user and then print it. Now, whenever we read something, we need to save that data into a container. So this container in PowerShell is a variable. I mean, in all scripting languages, we call it as a variable. The variable is defined with a dollar. So if I want to save something, I will use, let's say, dollar variable one equal to, and let's say I just type my name, enter. Now my name Sid is saved in variable one. So I can use it many times. I can use it whenever I want it by just typing dollar var one, enter. It gives me my name. I can just go up, run the previous command that we had, and now again type dollar var one, enter. It still has it. So this is a way I can save a certain data into a variable. Now these variables can be of different types. It can be a string, it can be a character, it can be a number. To identify, what we can do is, we have a function called as get type. So if I want to see what type is dollar variable one, I'll say dollar var one dot get type. I'll complete this code. It does not take any parameter, so I'll just press enter. You see, it is of type string. Now let me see what happens if I say dollar var two equal to, I'll say two, just a number, enter, and I say dollar var two dot get type, enter. You see, it is of type integer. So the same thing, we did not do anything different. I just wrote my name, it took it as string. When I give it as number, it took it as a number. But if I would have done something like this, put 2 into double quotes, enter. Now I see what is dollar variable 2 dot get type. Now it is a string. So now this is a string because it is into 2 quotes. So you have to be very sure when you want to work with numbers, do not put them into double quotes. Otherwise it will be treated as a string. Now, let me show you an example what happens when it is treated as a string. So before that, let us say I want to read something from a user and then print it. So to read something from the user, just like write host, I have a command called read host. So I'll say dollar input equal to read hyphen host. I'll say enter your name, enter. Now it gives me a prompt where it says enter your name. I'll say Sid, enter. Now I can just print it, dollar input, enter. So I did not save my name. Dollar input, read hyphen host, enter your name. Not control. Sid. Yeah, let me see what is wrong. Let me do the same thing over here. Dollar input equal to read hyphen host, enter your name, and I'll say write hyphen host, dollar input. So I'm just saying write dollar input to the console. I'll just save it. Let me just clear the screen and I'll just run the script again. I'll say dot slash first script.ps1, enter name. My name is Sid. Yeah, it prints. Yeah, so basically it needs a write host command when you want to write something which we took from the input. So what you saw over here is I'm taking some kind of an input from the user, saving it into a variable and then printing it. Now I can do much more than just printing my name or just printing something onto the screen. Let us do one thing. We'll take input from the user. So we'll take two numbers from the user, do a addition of that number, and then print it out. So I'll say dollar num. I'll specifically write S1 for a reason equal to read hyphen host enter number one or I'll say first number, enter first number. Now you see there's this red line underlining which says that your syntax is wrong. The reason for that is you have missed the double quotes. So whenever you write your script or whenever you're writing something, make sure that there are no red underline marks in your script. I'll just copy this. I'll also take the second number from user and I'll say second number S2. Be very sure that you change the variable name over here, otherwise it is going to overwrite on the first number. So you'll lose your second number. Now I'll say dollar sum equal to dollar num S1 plus dollar num S2. And I'll say write hyphen host sum is dollar sum. Now what do we expect when we run the script? It is going to, yeah, I'll just remove my name and all those things. We don't need that anymore. Now what would happen if I run the script? It will ask me for the first number, it will ask me for the second number, it will do an addition of both the numbers and write the sum. Let us see what happens. I'll just run my first script, enter first number, I'll say 10, enter second number, I'll say 23. So what do you expect? The output should be the sum is 33. Let us see if it comes. It says the sum is 1023. The reason for that is when you entered the first number, the number was, while you entered 10, it was considered as a string. Similarly, when you entered the second number, it was considered as a string again. So what you're doing over here is you're concatenating two strings. When I say concatenate, you're just joining two strings. For example, I can say something like $A equal to I, $B equal to hello, and if I say $C equal to $A plus $B, enter, $C is hi hello. So this is what is happening over here. Now we need to first convert that string into a number to do a proper calculation. For that we have something called as a convert command. So what I'll do is instead of $num s1, I'll say $num1 equal to convert colon is Mr. T, convert colon and I'll say I want it is in integer, so I'll say int 32. You can use int 64, int 6, and it is up to you. And I'll pass dollar $n s1. Now num1 is a number. I'll do the same thing for the second number, s2 dollar num2, and the sum is not s1 and s2 but num1 and num2. Let me, so just notice that there is an asterisk. Let me just show you what happens again if I don't save it. I'll just clear this dot slash first script. Number was 10, 23, it is still 1023. So that is because the script has not been saved. Be sure to save your scripts properly before you run it. Dot slash first script dot ps1, enter. I'll give the same numbers 10, 23, and now the sum is 33. So what we did over here is we converted the string to number. This is a very important thing that you need to understand whenever you're taking inputs from users. The input can be in form of a string, it can be in form of a character, it can be in form of a number, or it can be in form of a date. So PowerShell has a different data type called as date as well. So you have to be very sure to convert those into the format that you want before you do anything. Now you can add multiple such arithmetic operations like dollar $diff equal to dollar $num. I know that I'm going to give a smaller number first, so I'll say num2 minus dollar $num1, and I'll write the same thing over here. The sum is blah blah blah. The difference is dollar $diff, two F's. I'll save it, save. I'll give the first number as 35, the second number as 89. So the total is 124 and the difference is 54. So I'm going to keep this initial videos very small so that you can read it or you can try it out, and as we go ahead, the size of the videos, the length of the videos, I'll keep on increasing. But what I want you to do is go through this video, tell me if you have any problems. Also let me know if you want some help. Just write it into the comment sections, and try this out. Try different things with read host, write host, and we'll meet again next time.